Okay, it's about to get crazy here, and the problem with this one is there's two entrances, one right down here and one in the middle. We'll turn on the vacuum and start sucking them up. Man, the landowner was not kidding about the tick problem. You just look at the vegetation, there's one here, one here. They're waiting for something to come along so they can start climbing on them and sucking their blood. I'm gonna go for a walk through this grass and see how many climb on me. I have the bee suit, so I'm protected. I'm curious just how many I'll pick up. Well, it's that time of year when I receive calls from people who need help. They have a problem with yellowjackets. Yellowjackets are so aggressive, and if there's a nest by your house, they will come out and attack, especially these aerial yellowjackets that are face level and will sting you as soon as they see movement. What I have behind me in the tree right here is a large yellowjacket nest about the size of a basketball, and we are really close to where someone lives. So this is such a dangerous situation. A lot of times the yellowjacket nests are below ground, but when they're above ground, they are so aggressive and they have a really bad attitude. I've already been stung just trying to film this. I had to put on the bee suit just to get this close. So what we're gonna do is remove these yellowjackets. We also have a surprise at the end. The landowners tell me this time of year there's a huge problem with ticks. If you go anywhere near the grass, you're gonna get a bunch of ticks. I also hate ticks, one of my least favorite bugs. So we're gonna deal with yellowjackets. I'll show you the removal inside the nest, and then I'll show you all the ticks. Now, when you remove these yellowjacket nests, they fly around and they try to sting anything that moves. And since we're close to where people are living, I wanna reduce the number of yellowjackets flying around. So what I'm gonna do is before we pull it down, I'm gonna hook up the shop vac with water in there and suck up as many as I can. And then this yellowjacket nest, its days are numbered because it stung enough people. Being a wet vac, we have some water in the bottom to catch all those yellowjackets. So we'll go ahead and put on the top here. Then we'll just simply turn it on and suck up the yellowjackets. Okay, it's about to get crazy here, and the problem with this one is there's two entrances, one right down here and one in the middle. We'll turn on the vacuum and start sucking them up. Well, we have the nest, but there are so many flying around my face, I'm just gonna keep sucking them up. They're also on the camera. I don't know if you can see, but as soon as they go near my face, they get sucked in. My, how the tables have turned. Well, you can see what's left of the nest. Inside this paper ball was all these chambers of comb, and inside was larva, pupa, the next generation. So we were able to knock this out before it really started to grow into a full army of yellowjackets. There's still a few flying around, but most of them ended up in the water in the vacuum. And when you remove the top from the vacuum, you can see just how effective this method was. It's completely full of all the yellow jackets that would have been flying around and attacking people, but instead they ended up in the shop vac. I'll just go ahead and dump this out. And we have a tidal wave of yellow jackets. Well, now that we've completely dealt with the yellow jacket nest, I was curious about the ticks. I've been told if you walk through the grass behind me, you'll be covered in ticks. They're just sitting there waiting to latch on. So I have my bee suit on, I'm protected. I'm gonna take a walk through this tick grass. I also have a baggie. We're gonna see how many climb on me. But first we'll take a closer look at the leaves, see if we can spot any. Man, the landowner was not kidding about the tick problem. You just look at the vegetation, there's one here, one here. They're waiting for something to come along so they can start climbing on them and sucking their blood. I'm gonna go for a walk through this grass and see how many climb on me. I'm curious just how many I'll pick up. Well, just that short walk and I already found a few crawling up my leg. You can see them crawling on me. There's quite a few. I'm gonna put them in the baggie there and we'll see how many I got. Well, after several passes of walking through the grass for about 10 minutes, I was able to pull 9 ticks off of me. And even a few of them got underneath the bee suit. I caught them crawling on my skin. You have to be so careful. If you don't feel that slow tickle, they'll crawl up, latch on, and they could transmit disease. So this is your reminder. Watch out for ticks this time of year, especially in tall grass, and make sure your pets are treated. Otherwise, they'll be bringing these inside your house. I always check my kids for ticks after playing outside because they are so prevalent. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please consider clicking that button. I've posted over 1,000 videos on YouTube, and currently I'm posting new videos every Monday. So if you want to see the best videos on how to catch mice, rats, squirrels, chipmunks, moles, voles, and gophers, and sometimes deal with yellow jackets and ticks, stay tuned.